So in this video, I'm going to summarize the key points of what makes one of my brands, Snow Oral Care, successful and what I believe are the key principles of why we've been able to bootstrap our first $100 million in sales, how we've been able to expand our distribution to some of the best retailers in the world. And I think that it starts with putting the customer first, being absolutely obsessed with the customer. Jeff Bezos at Amazon talks about this all the time. If it comes between profit and following the customer, customer comes first. We try to talk to every single customer that comes through the door. They are our top advocate, they're our top investor. And so we talk to them whether they abandoned their cart and they haven't purchased yet, whether they purchased 6 months ago and they haven't purchased in a while, whether they're on a subscription program. So I think first and foremost, key principle number one of why Snow, for example, has been successful and continues to be successful is that we are relentless around customer obsession. And so in your business, even if you have one customer, you should be talking to that customer. Every single customer that comes in, you should be surveying them, post-purchase surveys. The second tenet principle is product innovation. First and foremost, your product has to work. You can't go very far with a product that isn't substantially better than what's on the market. Now, it doesn't have to have all the bells and whistles and fly. I've spent millions of dollars as Snow is scaling into product innovation, where the customer, I wasn't truly understanding what the customer was looking for, and getting really intimate with those conversations and making sure that your team and everybody you're working with, including your manufacturers, understand where is this coming from? It's coming from our customers. So I think customer obsession is number one. Number two is product innovation, which means that we're listening to our customers on what needs to be better. So if the mouthpiece is a little bit too large for most customers, we're going to look at the sizing of that mouthpiece. If the toothpaste, for example, we spent over a year on our toothpaste trying to figure out the foaminess, understanding from our customers what level of foaminess without using harmful ingredients could we add to the product so that the majority of customers were happy. We even followed up with customers, and we still do this today. If a customer says, well, I don't like it because it's not foamy enough. While we're working on that, would it be okay if I sent you a sample of our new version, which is focused on a little bit more foaminess? So now you can follow up with that customer. And you want to be in the reorder business, right? You don't want to be in the order business. In the order business, you can make a lot of money and people will buy your product one time. But the reason why Snow most months has nearly a 50% returning customer rate and why we have a multi-million-dollar subscription program is because we're relentless on customer obsession. We are innovating our products. So we asked them what should be next. We started with one product. And then we added toothpaste, we added mouthwash, we added floss, a water flosser, a toothbrush. So we added based on, of course, competitors, market demand, and what we believe should be next for Snow. But most importantly, what does the customer think should be next? Because now you can go back to that email list, that SMS texting list, and say, hey, we've listened to you. We now have a mouthwash. And then you repeat that cycle when you launch a new product. So product innovation just isn't about creating the newest, craziest thing that nobody has ever seen before. Sometimes it's taking something simple and listening to the customer and making it better. The third key principle of why I believe Snow has been very successful, and all of my brands for that matter, is focusing on the quality of people that we have working on the brand. So it's very important that anybody working in the business of Snow, for example, understands these principles. How do we innovate product? How do we listen to customers? Are we responding to every review, whether it's positive or negative? How are we collecting those reviews to make changes to the product, the policy? We have a 60-day money-back guarantee after listening to our customers. Looking at the data, of course, is important, but ultimately you want to surround yourself with people who are obviously high performing, but understand the vision of your business. The vision of the business isn't just to make you as the founder wealthy. It's to enlighten and delight your customers and to truly leave a mark. And that's how you build a long-lasting, impactful brand. Snow is going on nearly 10 years in market. We've sold hundreds of millions of dollars of oral care, and we started with one single product in my house with me printing labels, talking to the customers, doing customer service, and then teaching every single person that comes on, whether they're a contractor in the country, outside of the country, teaching them what are those key principles of why snow is successful. The fourth principle, I believe, of why snow is successful is getting to where the customers are. Omni-channel presence. So instead of just being on one channel, which is where we started on Facebook ads, now there's TikTok, there's Amazon, there's CVS, there's stores, right? Being in a physical presence. As you grow your business, you start with one channel that's profitable and scalable, and then you start with one product that's profitable and scalable, and then you add to that, right? So it's like a sedimentary process in order to you take the risk of adding a new product or adding a new channel, but you understand where do your customers want to find you next. You can even ask your customers, which are your favorite stores? Which are your favorite online places? Amazon, TikTok, where do you buy products like this? And then you can add Amazon, for example, as another channel. Then you might add TikTok Shop as another channel. And then you're going to support those channels in the same way that you did the very first one, following those key principles. So omni-channel presence and distribution would be, I would say, number four. If I was to summarize it in five, I would say that the last point of why Snow has been successful is we utilize, we're willing to change at any moment, and we're willing to pivot into new technologies, new software tools. That doesn't mean change stuff up all the time. If it's working, continue to scale it, but we're open to expanding our product line, expanding our team, asking for help, partnerships with other brands, partnerships with our manufacturers, really focus on the relationship, not just with the customer, which is our most important, with the team, which is also very, very important, but also the community that surrounds your brand. So having those conversations with your manufacturer, what do you see that's moving? Having those conversations with your contractors, your vendors, they come with lots of experience, and that's why you're hiring them and bringing them on. So being willing and able to change, becoming a master adaptive learner will be the fifth key principle. So think about these five principles. They're applicable to any type of business anywhere in the world. And think about how you might apply these five principles into your business to see success.